and all those different things out of our pantry in Brooklyn. I went to a high school. Most people know about Juilliard and Fame and the big thing like that. But there are a lot of high schools in New York like that, right? You got one that breeds lawyers, another one that breeds journalists, another high school that breeds nurses. There are a lot of different schools like that. I went to one, at the time it was called the New York School of Printing, but it's now called the High School of Graphic Communication Arts. Right down the street on 49th Street and 9th Avenue, down the street from Rockefeller Center. And what I did is there was a gift given to our school where we all got new computers and new printers and things like that. Well, when they were throwing it away, they were throwing the old stuff away before they really got to recycling. They were throwing all those things away. So one day I said, well, what are you guys going to do with our equipment? They're like, we're going to throw it away. I said, well, can I take one home? I said, sure. And then I called my father, who worked at the post office on 9th Avenue and 33rd Street, over in that area, and told him I want to get this computer. We had this big old hunky thing. He bought a cart from Odd Lot. Most of you in New York know what Odd Lot is. So he bought a little cart, and we put this thing on the subway. We took the A train to the J train and got over to Brooklyn. I would imagine we didn't get mugged because most people didn't even know what a computer was at that time. So they didn't know what it was. They just said, okay, because they got some contraption, some junk they're hauling around. But I went and set up the printer, set up the whole thing. I made $300 a week, 14 years old, until I graduated. So I took a pay cut in the Air Force. Served the country. But I give you all that because that's a story that I live every day. And people ask me, what was my motivation? My motivation had nothing to do with money. It had nothing to do with making money. Although I'm a very curious person, I was asking a whole bunch of questions about different things. I do a lot of research. And most of the time, I'm one of those people who, if you put together all of the education that I have, you have a few degrees, but I never formally finished a degree program. And the reason that is because I'm just one of those people who I want to know about this. I have my licenses in investing, Series 6, 63.7. So I had a broker's license. And the only reason I got a broker's license is because I wanted to get cheaper stocks. So it wasn't to sell it or do anything else. I just wanted to go in and buy everything at NAV, right? Whatever NAV means now. But it's just whatever that is. But I went in and that's what I wanted to do. So I learned how to invest. I learned how to save a lot of money. So when I was making that $300, I wasn't buying new Jordans or Adidas or whatever it was that was out at that time. I actually was investing about $300 or $400 of that money every month into a Franklin Templeton fund. So when I got into the Air Force, I was a little, not wealthy, but I had a lot of money sitting there for me. And at the time, when I was in the Air Force, I had 4 kids. I had 2 kids when I was in high school, and had 2 more when I was in the Air Force. So I actually became a single father with 4 kids when I was midway through my 10 years, and continued to raise them and do that kind of thing while I was in the Air Force and while I was doing some investing and doing all those type of things. And then I got married. 10 years, right at my 9th year, I got remarried. And my wife had 4 boys. Ooh, this is one. It was a little tight then. And what we did, and that was 16 years ago. So you can imagine that was quite a while. So people start doing math now. And what I taught them when I went to this gaming company, ironically, I told you my grandfather was booted out by the Italians. Ironically, the Italians were the ones that actually gave me the ammunition to do what I do today, on top of the foundation that I learned when I was in school at 14 years old. And what I did is spent a lot of time with them when they were building their gaming empire and learned all of the marketing techniques and all the different things that I needed to learn. They helped put me into more schooling. And then between 1997 and 2001, this company went from 3 casinos to 17 casinos. Now, that might not sound like a lot, but let me tell you about a casino. Most of the casinos, the casinos that have about 1,000 games, which are local casinos, after paying bills, clear about $9 million a month. So these guys went from millionaires to billionaires quickly. They also own the UFC as well. So I remember when they bought that and built that empire. So they're very, very shrewd people. They're very smart guys. So I just hung out with them. And so they taught me a lot. And then as we were growing, and then a lot of things, like, did anybody get like a card when they came here? If you gamble, when you got a card? Like a card to put in the machine? Yeah, comp card, right? We developed that card. We were the first casino to develop that card, do the point system, do the comp system. I was one of the marketing directors that worked on that program. And really all it is a customer acquisition program or customer loyalty program. And that was what I did there. Today, some new marketing, our company operates in several states. Well, we work with, let's say we don't operate, but we actually have clients in several states. We have the largest, one of our clients has the largest charter school company in the country. Another client has the largest Head Start company in the country. And then we have several small businesses. We focus on small businesses. I currently sit on the board for the Urban Chamber of Commerce here in Las Vegas, the North Las Vegas Chamber Small Business Advisory Board, 100 Black Men of Las Vegas. I just got back from the national conference down in Atlanta.